Hello everyone, we are rated 1080. We're going to carry on, hopefully dealing some punishment. I'm still unbeaten, I think, so let's go. Oh, I nearly played 1e4. Let's play h4, the Kadash opening. Okay, whatever. So, now let's start playing properly. Okay. I think I'm going to fianchetto my bishop here. And my opponent is going to try and scholars mate me. Why not? So if I go there, he can push, right? So do I just push e3 instead? e3 just blocks the bishop. Wow, I haven't seen that in an awful long time. That is brilliant. I might have time to fianchetto this bishop, which pins this pawn. If I do that and he pushes though, then my rook hangs. I have to bring my knight out or push c3. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. But I've got some pressure now on this one, so this bishop's kind of tied down to that. Also, don't rush, Hunty. Don't be a fool. Okay, so we've got double fianchettos. It attacks my queen. Are we inclined to push f3 with tempage? Takes away the natural square from the knight. I could actually just slap my knight in there as well, because it's defended twice, isn't it? Slap the old knight in there. If he thinks haha, then he might do that. But we're not banking on our opponent being a dumbass. He's allowed to be a dumbass. Yeah, I don't really fancy pushing my pawn there. Okay, well, he's traded off the bishop. Also notice this is now a double threat. Not only is it a pawn, but it's a rook as well. Okay, so he's wriggled out of that one. Can my knight come here? I think it can, and that is a very juicy square to go to. So I know this from playing the Goering and the Danish. You know, when the queen is here, there's very often a forking good opportunity to stick your knight on d5. If he castles, it'd be a bit premature because I can slap off the knight. Okay, he's gone that away, fair enough. Do we see any good reason not to swing the old knight into the middle? But the knight could swing there as well. See, here it attacks this bishop, and there's no way for that queen to defend that bishop. So do I want the bishop? Would I trade that knight for that bishop is the question. Yeah, it's going to force him to capture away from the centre. It's going to open up the d-file. Cui bono? Who benefits? Oh, but then I might do that and give him the Irish pawns. I think can't resist. I do this and he takes there, so he's got pawns there and there. Then you see, as soon as he takes back, I can't resist the Irish pawns. Come on, let's do it. Of course it's racist. Of course it is. And my partner's Irish too. It's just what it's called in chess. I don't make the rules. Okay, I'm thinking about f3, g4, and just pushki preski all up here. We've got some pressure against that. We could shift her maj to something like this, where she just wants to go gobble, gobble, gobble like Pac-Man on there. Now I can long castle, you see. And I think I'm snug as the bug in a rug. Notice all my pawns are still on their original files. All 8 of the buggers. That's actually a problem, because he's opened up this diagonal. So what you do is you look, you say, well, what's changed with that move? Well, this diagonal is now open. It's accessible to the queen. That is a fork. So we could choose pawn number 1. Notice the queen still defends this square. However, castling would undefend f2. But there's no reason at all why I can't snatch that pawn. I could even think about lifting the king. The argument is that my opponent doesn't have that many pieces around, and I think I've got a lot of pawns on dark squares on this side of the board, right? These guys over here are on light squares. Opponent has no bishops anyway, so the only piece that's really going to get through here is the queen. That's a very poor knight. I'd like to inhibit that knight as well. So again, I'm drawn to the move f3, maybe e4, maybe e4 first, maybe f3 first. I think f3 first. Maybe just lift the king, or maybe castle. I don't know. I've got too many choices. Sod it, let's castle. Let's castle and then let's throw all our pawns at his head and see what happens. See, these pawns going nowhere and they will never be defended by other pawns. Now he wants to come in here. So if I do that, he's going to go, haha, it sucked to be you, and we go now here, because I think I want to keep that rook in line with that king. I'm liking the feel of f3. Knight has to go back there. And then, okay. My bishop's not like having a gay old time right now, is it? Look, biting on granite there. Now, where can that knight go? I'm thinking just g4. g4 to take this square away from him. Now, he can go round the houses that way. Right now, what's defended? Okay, so he's having to go at Her Majesty. Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, but she doesn't have a lot to say. Boom, 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 boom. Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, but she changes from day to day. I want to tell her I love her a lot, but I gotta get a belly full of wine. Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, someday I'm gonna make her mine. Oh yeah, someday I'm gonna make her mine. Boom. Abbey Road? Abbey Road, I think. Colin will tell me. Right. So you see, what we have here is we have e4, the rook moves. We can take the queen, but now the queen's defended by the rook. That's the point of that move. He's seen that. I have this, though. Does that help us at all? I've got 4 and a bit minutes. Do I go here? Yeah, I was looking at kind of these ideas and having a rook here, but actually takes, and I get checkmated on the back rank. Get spanked. Back spanked. So this is an idea. A little bit one-dimensional. I'm unhappy with my bishop. So I think what I have to do is I have to bust open these. That's what we're going to do. We're going to bust open some stuff. Right, it's 2 attackers on the horse. Horse can come here. But now, look at this. Look at what we've got here. What about this? Is that possible? That puts the knight effectively in a pin because it's preventing mate. But then that is simply a pawn fork. Now he can get out of it if he finds knight d6. But is that getting out of it? No, it's not. Is that getting out of it? He says, you attack my rook, I attack yours. Unfortunately, no. But actually, he now takes there. And now, what would you do in this situation? This is a good place to pause. See if you come up with the same answer I come up with. Okay, so we're looking at losing a rook, right? At present, we're a full rook up. Okay, we've got 2 rooks and a minor piece and 5, 6 pawns. He's got the same, but he's only got 1 rook. Sorry, it's been a funny old day like that. Bit of a funny old day. And my queen's under attack. So I can't move my queen and defend both rooks, and that's the point, right? So I'm thinking desperado capture there with check. Okay. King takes to get out of check, because moving to get out of check would be silly. And then I have queen h4 check. And I win the knight, and I'm still up a minor piece. All makes sense? And plus 4 materials. So I've lost, a slight amount of momentum for all my fancy walking and talking. I'm just going to push here. It's in my favour to open things up, particularly these dark squared pawns. Right now his pawns are shattered, divided, leaderless. Also, I'm threatening that. I'm threatening that. They're both threatened. I mean, the queen could defend both from d7. There's probably other squares. That was also a square. That defends neither, although it does counterattack the rook. But then doesn't this just win the rook? Their king has to go there or there. No, well, no, it doesn't. Okay, let's snatch this pawn then. Because now this king goes, and then I have that, which I didn't previously, you see. See, after this, if I'd have snatched this pawn, checkmate. Okay. And then here, I can't take the rook because checkmate. Ha! This is clever, I like this. I can't take the rook because, oh no, it's not checkmate. You see? So, what have we got here? I can go here. King goes here or here. And we say the words checkmate. Lovely. Did we enjoy that? I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's been a funny old day. We're in a funny old mood today. Funny, Okay, I see a little chink there. And I had control over that game except for one thing. It's this, isn't it? It's this. I told you about that. You didn't remind me. Bloody hell. Like I said, funny old day. Very funny old day. Well, yeah, you're quite right. It was an absolute blunder. A blunder of maximum proportions. And a miss. I had a miss. And it's given me 69 and 1050. Damn. That's lower than my actual rating right now. What's my miss? This. So from 0.3 to 1.2. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, well, I mean, I certainly didn't consider that move. And I struggled to see, where it goes from here. Queen goes back. Then g5, hassling the knight. Knight goes here. Pin the knight. Okay, I mean, fair enough. But, look, what matters most? It's a game. We've had fun. I've enjoyed myself. Hope you have too. All that caper. See you next time.